All the drivers making the call. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the field will break rank from side by side to 3 wide as they make their way into turns 1 and 2. Our driver's way of thanking you for coming out to enjoy the 10th running of the Lake Ozark Speedway 360 Nationals. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rise to your feet. It's time to make some noise because, ladies and gentlemen, only the best go 3 abreast, and you have them here tonight at Lake Ozark Speedway with the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series.
Look at him out there. I love it. He's a fireworks fanatic.
The field back into side-by-side formation. Crews will take one last look over the field. The 11 of Roger Crockett, the 15 of Sam Haverteam Jr. on your front row. The 14K of Kyle Bellum and the 28 of Scott Boguski in row 2. The 75 of Tyler Blank and the 1X of Tim Crawley in row 3. The 3 of Ayrton Jennington and the 95 of Matt Covington in row 4. The 77X of Alex Hill and the 35M of Jonathan Cornell in row 5. Blake Hahn and Corey Bales. In row 6, Chris Morgan and Austin O'Neill in row 7. Paul Nienheiser and John Carney the 2nd in row 8. Jordan Mallett and Eva Martin in row 9. Miles Paulus and Riley Goodnow in row 10. Harley White and Robbie Price in row 11. Tucker Dowdy, Ben Brown, and Brian Grimes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the beer is cold, your eyebrows are singed, and we're set to get after it. As they make their way to the back straightaway, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy 40 trips around the Lake Ozark Speedway because, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you saved your lunch money for after turn number 4. We're green in the Lake Ozark Speedway 360 Nationals. Sam Haverteam Jr. from the outside line will take off of the race lead. Roger Crockett running in 2nd. Scott Boguski coming after him in the 28. He's going to ride in 3rd. Lap number 1, it will be Haverteam leading. Crockett running in 2nd. Boguski in 3rd. Crawley in 4th. And Matt Covington running at your top 5. Covington going after the 1 next to the back straightaway. He's going to take the position now. Dropping Crawley back to 5th. Jonathan Cornell taking 6 away from the 14K of Kyle Bellum. Bellum back to 7 now. Battle for 8th. The 3 of Ayrton Jennington has it over the 52 of Blake Hahn, who runs in 9th. Your top 10 running out with a 75 of Tyler Blank. Working to his inside now, Corey Bales. Bales running a chili bowl line through turns 1 and 2. Getting the left front up on that inside berm. Trying to pin the right rear down hard. And it's going to work to his advantage. He will crack the top 10 as they work to the front straightway. As we go back up to your race leader, Sam Haverteam Jr. will start to see the back of the field as he clicks off lap number 4. Still very early on in the goings here. As he'll work into turns 3 and 4, he'll find the back of the field on lap number 5. Ben Brown, the first driver in line to go a lap down. He will do so to the back straightaway. Now side by side in front of your race leader. He's going to have to choose lines, and he's going to drop to the middle now, working by the 22X of Riley Goodnow to put him a lap down. Next in line is going to be the 6 of Brian Grimes with the 2X of Tucker Dowdy in front of him. They run 22nd and 23rd now. He'll clear them to the back straightaway. Put a half stretch between your race leader and the 11 of Roger Crockett, who rides in 2nd. He has the 28 of Scott Boguski lurking right to his back bumper as those two drivers now start to go to work on slower traffic. Meanwhile, up front, Haverteam with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lap cars between he and the 11 of Roger Crockett right now. Crockett not able to make any hay to get any room to run around the slower cars. That's going to open the door for Scott Boguski down to the inside line. Boguski, they're 3 wide in slower traffic, and he's going to take 2nd to the back stretch. Boguski up into 2nd. Roger Crockett falls to 3rd. Matt Covington running it 4. Tim Crawley continuing to round out your top 5 as they work up a turn number 4. Sitting in 6 is Jonathan Cornell. 7th is Kyle Bellum. Into 8th is Blake Hahn. 9th is Heritage Jennington. Now John Carney the 2nd. He's going to round out your top 10. Corey Bell's in 11th. Paul Nienheiser in 12th. Tyler Blank in 13th. Harley White in 14th with Alex Hill right now running out your top 15. Right behind Alex, we find Sam Haferteep Jr. He is lapped up to 16th in this field as he has 11 laps completed. He will work around the 77X machine as they hit the back straightaway. The advantage over the 28 of Scott Boguski, 4.772 seconds right now as we count them off to the front straightaway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lap cars between first and second right now. Boguski trying to take care of a couple of those as they work through turns 1 and 2. Railing the high side, he will get around the 21P of Robbie Price. Last night's feature winner already a lap down in the 22nd position. As we report back to the front of the field, the 15H of Sam Haferteep Jr. working to the back straightaway. Meanwhile, second and third barely in turns 1 and 2 right now. Running down through the top 10, it continues to be Matt Covington running in 4th, Tim Crawley in 5th, Jonathan Cornell, Blake Hahn, Kyle Bellum, Heritage Jennington, and John Carney II remain inside your top 10 right now. Working lap number 15, and Sam Haferteep going to work on the 75 of Tyler Blank. Blank currently being scored in the 13th position. Haferteep having a little trouble getting around him, though, as they work into turns 3 and 4. This time he is going to get out around him. Ducking to the inside into 3 and then taking it wide at the exit to number 4. Now we'll go after the 5 of Corey Bales. Bales had been battling up inside the top 10 a little bit early in this race, now slipping outside of the top 10 here as they go back to find second on back, mired in slower traffic right now. With all this going on, Roger Crockett has reclaimed the runner-up spot. He trails by over 5 seconds right now as Haferteep absolutely dominating so far in this 40-lap feature event. We're just shy of the halfway point with 17 laps completed. Haferteep trying to make a statement here tonight as, that statement was just about how hard concrete was. He nearly took it over the cushion in turns 1 and 2. Got on the gas, and the rooster tail kept him from getting up into the hard wall that surrounds the Lake Ozark Speedway as he'll go to work on the 9X of Paul Nienheiser. Nienheiser running in 11th. Haferteep, that line, adjusting his line just a little bit off of that cushion and cheating it now. He will try the bottom side of the 9X machine through turns 3 and 4, trying to get the run to the front straightaway. Nienheiser trying to stay on that lead lap. Haferteep, meanwhile, drives to the bottom, then takes it across the racetrack, and he's able to clear the 9. So now the next driver in line is the final driver in the top 10, and that is John Carney II. Carney going to work on the 14K of Kyle Bellum. He's got the 3 of Heritage Jennington and the 1X of Tim Crawley right in front of him. As Carney's going to work to the outside of the 14K, he will take that position down the back straightaway. Now we'll set sights on the 3 of Jennington. Carney rolling to the middle groove in turns 3 and 4. Jennington down to the bottom. Carney's going to have the run, and now he will duck to the inside of the 1X of Tim Crawley. Take the J2 up past the 1X now. That's going to move him up into 7th. Getting some room between him and your race leader because much like the tail of Jaws, he is lurking. You can hear the music playing as he starts to close into the 14K of Kyle Bellum now. Bellum currently being shown in the 10th position as we've got one slow on the bottom side of the speedway in turns 3 and 4. The 17W of Harley White. She will turn it down into the infield, and we will stay green flag racing in tonight's feature event with 23 laps completed. It is Haferteep. Then Crockett. He trails by 3.628 seconds. So picking up a couple of seconds of the advantage that Haferteep held. Scott Boguski right now running in 3rd. Blake Hahn in 4th. Jonathan Cornell in 5th. Matt Covington in 6th. John Carney II now going to take that spot away from him. Covington back to 7th. Jennington, then Crawley, then Bellum. Roger Crockett in 2nd. Now in the same time zone as your race leader. One entering 3, the other one exiting 4 on the previous lap as they will roll to the back straightway. Haferteep has lapped up into the top 10. Kyle Bellum running in 9th. Is the first driver a lap down to the race leader. Haferteep now going to work on the 3 of Jennington and the 95 of Covington. He will work by Jennington to the back straightway. Now we'll go to the work on the 95 machine once again. Driver Able to keep pace ahead of your leader. At one point, he was looking right at his back bumper. Now he's watching him go into turns 1 and 2 and battling with the 35M of Jonathan Cornell. That is the J2 of John Carney II. That's going to be the battle for 5th and 6th on the speedway right now, and Carney's going to take it. Carney slides it across the racetrack off at turn number 4, and he will have the position at the line. Cornell trying back to his inside as they work into turns 1 and 2, not able to get the run he needs. As Haferteep now will begin to close in on those two drivers. He is worked by the 95 of Matt Covington, so your top 6 drivers are the only ones that remain on the lead lap right now. Completing lap number 30, 10 to go. It is Haferteep. Putting distance back over Roger Crockett from 3 seconds. It's back to 5 seconds. Scott Boguski still running in third. Blake Kahn, John Carney II, Jonathan Cornell. Those continue to be the drivers on the lead lap right now, and Cornell has got company. Sam Haferteep has run him down as they work into turns 3 and 4. He's going to look to the top shelf this time. Cornell able to keep him at bay for the time being. His problems for Miles Paulus. He will turn it down to the infield, and he will be done here. Tim Crawley also turning it down to the infield. So a little bit of attrition here in the closing laps. 4 cars sit down idle in the inside of the speedway. 5 drivers remain on the lead lap. As Haferteep will go to work on the 21 p.m. Robbie Price to put him a second lap down through turns 3 and 4. He will clear last night's feature winner to get it done. 34 laps in the books. And Sam Haferteep Jr. rewriting the definition of domination so far here tonight. As the car getting really tight on him in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Able to keep it back underneath him, though, as that right rear tire really starting to clean off. That groove starting to come in here in the late stages of this feature event. Drivers are going to start really needing to watch their tire wear here. As Carney starting to reel in the 52 of Blake Hahn. Those two running 4th and 5th right now. Blake Hahn in the 52 from the 11th starting spot up into 4th. John Carney II from the 16th starting spot running in 5th right now. As those two drivers will race into turns 1 and 2. Next driver on the lead lap in front of them is going to be the 28 of Scott Boguski. He rolls into turn number 3 right as Hahn and Carney reach the midpoint of the back straightway. Boguski working on the 77X of Alex Hill. Hill a lap down. She rides in 15th right now as Carney has run down Hahn. He's going to look to his outside, and he will get the run of the Danny Standard Construction number J2. Hahn trying to fight back to his inside as everybody having to get on the binders. Couple of slower cars in front of them while they're battling. Haferteep closing in once again. Carney able to clear the 52 to the back straightway as the white flag has flown. One more trip around the Lake Ozark Speedway. Your leader working into turn 3, this time at a turn number 4. 40 laps in the books, and Sam Haferteep Jr. wins tonight at Lake Ozark Speedway. Second place will go to Roger Crockett. He trails by 6.857 seconds at the drop of the checkered flag. Scott Boguski in 3rd. John Carney II in 4th. Blake Hahn in 5th is the final driver on the lead lap. Ayrton Jennington in 6th. Jonathan Cornell in 7th. Kyle Bellum in 8th. Matt Covington in 9th. And Corey Bales unofficially rounds out your top 10 here tonight at the Lake Ozark Speedway. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, 40 laps non-stop. And your winner comes to you out of Sunnyvale, Texas. Only the top 5 remain on the lead lap when it's all said and done. Ladies and gentlemen, the Town Line Variety, Hills Racing, Fisher-powered, Heidenberger Foundation Service number 15H. Won't you give him a hand? Sam Haferteep Jr., your race winner. Roger Crockett crossing in 2nd, Scott Boguski in 3rd, John Carney II. From 16th drives up to 4th, Blake Hahn in the 52. Rounds out your top 5 as Haferteep is going to slinger down into victory lane.
Bam.
Here he is, everybody. He's getting out of the car.
So, ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight, he's going to get the championship belt. Won't you give him a hand? Sam Haferteep Jr. As with that, let's go down trackside. Brandon Hahn is going to get a word with our race winner here tonight.
Bring him on this side of it.
Teef Jr. and we'll get him to take his helmet off. Have a word with him. As he takes that helmet off, he gets that belt put around his waist, and we'll get him in front of his race car. Give him a hand. I mean, dominant performance, lapped up to, I believe, the 6th place car. So that is pretty impressive. As get Sam real quick.
Fireworks.
Now, how about that? Lapping up to 6th place, green to checkered. And you said you like.
You sure that was 6? I thought it was 5th.
Was it 5th? Thank you for correcting me. Top 5. I mean, that's, you say you like to win dominant, and it's no more dominant than that, really.
No, we weren't good enough. We could have been better. We had an awesome race car at some spots, but just late in the race we were fading a little bit, and maybe it didn't look like it because we were lapping a lot of guys, but I drove the shit out of that thing for 40 laps, and that's all she had.
That's pretty impressive, and made those changes, and those changes look to be working. I wouldn't touch that thing.
No, it's awesome. I can't wait for Wheatland. This is badass, you know. We had that deal early in the spring that happened here, and you know, I felt like we had the car to beat that night and had misfortune, but to come back tonight and actually get the win makes it really sweet. 5,000, and just in front of all these people, these are badass fans in Missouri. You're not going to get a better 360 following than these Missouri fans. They're awesome. And it takes people like this to make these races happen, and everybody here at this racetrack, they did a hell of a job this weekend, and just all the work that they put in, it doesn't go unnoticed.
And very happy, excited Sam Haferteep Jr. And give it a round of applause for your final night winner. And we will get a word with the Rocket, Roger Crockett, 2nd tonight, and first last night. This is a pretty good result.
Yeah, we just, you know, what they did to the track there kind of messed our car up. We didn't really make the right changes for it, and still had a pretty good car. Just, you know, we weren't really able to run through the middle and stuff, and it just killed us in traffic. You know, open track there, we weren't a whole lot different than him, I don't feel, but he just killed us in traffic. You know, he got through traffic a million times better. His car was probably a lot more maneuverable than ours.
Well, did you work on this thing? Finally got some speed back in the 11. Give it a hand for Roger Crockett. Go stroll down here and get a good word in with the mate, Scott Boguski. And I know you're always happy. It doesn't matter really where you run, but I know you like to be up there on the podium.
I do, absolutely, especially here. This place, it's pretty testing on me. I tend to be horrible, and you know, I'll put 4 laps together and 26 bad ones. But you know, we had disallblade.com dissolve alloy ostrich racing engines 28 pretty good tonight. I've got to thank Brian and Gene. You know, they travelled all the way down here to help me out because I didn't have any help. And you can't do this stuff by yourself.
Hey,
so
Jack left you.
yeah, he had to go back to work. So you know, I got to finish off the year. But I think I got Brian locked in for the rest of the year, and he's good help. And you know, obviously it proves it tonight. It's the best I got on here before. So I know we'll take third definitely.
For sure, and not the normal crew, and he's still rounding out your podium. Give it a hand for all your top 3 finishers, and I'll send it back up to Mr. Holbert.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attendance tonight to the Lake Ozark Speedway. In the 10th running of the Lake Ozark Speedway 360 Nationals, presented by Champion Racing Oils and Dawn.